Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. My name is Bert. Alongside me, as always, is Big Sexy Adam Rubright, Chris Graham, our executive producer. And yeah, we're an hour late tonight, but Chris had a family dinner tonight. Chris, congratulations! I believe at your daughter's graduation. I think it was. You said?
No, it was just the last day of school, so my wife decided we were going to slack off.
Okay, fair enough. Either way, but still, it's good. It's all good, all fun. It's great to be back with you guys here. And, yeah, Adam and I, we got our Phillies hats on because the Phillies do not suck for once this season. That's nice. And let's see, what do we got going on here? Listen, Rob Thomas is our savior. He smokes a pack of Pall Malls and drinks PBR, so, you know, this guy's all right. So let's see here. What's going on? We got
anyone who smokes Pall Malls and drinks PBR is a friend of mine.
Attaboy. So, let's see here. We got Indiana Midget Week tonight, which is underway right now. Let's see here. Something's going on in Eldora, I think. Oh, yeah. Somebody's become a millionaire tonight at Eldora. Holy shit. The Eldora Million.
2 a.m. when all of us are already sleeping.
Probably. I really want to see how this plays out. I mean, luckily they don't got to do qualifying, so it's all heats and the consies. So they got through those pretty quickly this afternoon. So, I think I think it'll be a lot earlier than what people expect it to be. But yeah, so the Eldora Million is tonight. Somebody is walking out of the Eldora Speedway $1 million richer. And it should be a very exciting night. Saw some really good racing in the daylight earlier today with Chris Ferguson and Jonathan Davenport taking home wins in their prelims. Fergie time, baby.
My boy.
Absolutely. Let's see. I just saw the heat lineups. Let me look at that real quick here. By the way, coming on the show here tonight, we will have Chase Stockon join us here in just a little bit on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline. Chase was kind enough to join us last night for a quick interview. So we got Chase on here. We'll be talking with him in just a few moments. But yeah, kind of a quiet week, Adam. Outside of let's see here, there really wasn't much going on this past week. No silly season stuff. No real kind of wild shenanigans that happened over the week. Don't really have Finches news and notes this week.
There really wasn't a whole lot going on, which is kind of a good thing. You know, you just get your news and notes from the wonderful 34 Motorsports sticker down below if you haven't seen where people have finished and who has won what in the past week, since we got to brighten up your day for an hour. Other than that, there's really nothing. I mean,
Really
Frank
isn't. No.
Flood
So
won
it's
a couple features, which is nothing out of the ordinary for him. I mean, the biggest thing right now is motorsports history: 4 women inside the top 4 for USAC midget qualifying. So that's pretty
how
cool. I
about
mean,
that?
that's never been
We
done
were just
before. So
we were
kudos to
just
those
talking about
fine
that on
ladies.
air here. Let me pull that up here real quick here because he had Jade Aberyezian said quick time tonight at Putnamville at a 12.538, and Kaylee Bryson second fastest at 12.641. Taylor Reimer third fastest at 12.649, and Mariah Eady at a 27.46. That's pretty cool to see, honestly. And then Zach Dahm fifth fastest at 12.752. So the girls are fast, man. I think that's awesome to see. You love to see. I always said women have a good place in motorsports. This is a pretty badass thing to see. It's pretty cool to finally see, women getting their due diligence here in on a big stage like Putnamville, and that's one of the biggest races during Midget Week. I feel like
Putnam Tucky, love me some Putnam
Putnam,
Tucky.
Kentucky. I do love who doesn't love Putnamville? I mean, the sprint cars are out there right now, and they're just absolutely ripping. It is. We love Putnamville sprint cars. Anyway, yeah. So your pole or your front rows tonight for your heat at Eldora. I'll just go over that because it'll be just way too long. But this first heat, actually, I might go over this first heat because it's pretty stacked. So you have 21 cars in. By the way, your top 10 consists of Mike Marlar on the pole with Chris Ferguson second, Shannon Babb third, Kyle Strickler fourth,
And
Carson Ferguson fifth, Bab. Jimmy Owens sixth, Brian Shirley seventh, Squirrel. Chase Younghand eighth, Doug Down in ninth, and the biggest name that's left in that heat race would probably be Stormy Scott starting 12th. Heat 2 has 21 cars in it as well, with Smokey Chris Madden on the pole, Kyle Bronson starting second, Mason Ziegler third, Ricky Thornton Jr. fourth, Spencer Hughes Turbos in sixth, Nick Hoffman seventh, Colton Flitter, one of the local boys, ninth. Sunshine starts 10th in Heat 2. That'll be interesting. Donnie Schatz 13th. And that's about it for Heat 2. Heat 3, Bobby Pierce and T. Mac share the front row. Then Johnny Scott, Jason Bager, Tyler Bruning, Ryan Gusson, Frank Heckeness Jr. Overton starts 8th. Ross Bale starts 9th. Jeep Van Warmer in 10th. And let's see here, Corey
now
Dundender
there's a
13th.
guy who has been
Who's
doing
that?
it for fucking years and might have one of the
Jeep?
coolest names in motors. Yeah. Tell me
Yeah.
that isn't one of the coolest names in all of motorsports right there.
I love the name Jeep Van Warmer. And you're right, he's been doing it for a while. I heard Essex and Shelton say about that, and DJ say about that earlier today, that he's been doing it for a minute. So that also has 21 cars in it. Heat 4 has 21 cars in it, with Devin Moran, Shane Clayton on the front row, with Earl Pearson Jr., Dennis Erb Jr., row 2. Kate Diller, Ashton Winger, Billy Moyer, Sr., Ross Robinson, Freddie Carpenter, Jake Tim is your top 10. Chase Briscoe starting 13th. And yeah, that's going to basically do it for Heat 4. And then Heat 5. I'm trying to see where this landed Saturday. So it looks like Saturday. Okay, so he's back a little bit here. He's in the 6th heat. But Heat 5, 21 cars in it, or 20 cars in it. Jonathan Davenport, Darrell Lanigan on the front row with Brandon Shepard, Trent Ivey, who had that A1 run by Trent Ivey in the B main today. In the B BB main, that was A1 drive by Trent Ivey. That was pretty
The
badass to
BB.
watch. Dalton Wilson, Mark Whitener, Boom Briggs, Austin Neely, John Henderson, Steve Casebolt. That's your top 10. Scott Bloomquist starts 14th. Yeah, that's pretty much it for your 20 cars in Heat 5. Heat 6, your final heat, so 6 heats. 3 with 20, 4 with 20 cars, and then 2 with 20 cars in it, with Hudson O'Neal, Kenny Collins on the front row, Josh Rice, and Greg Satterley, who I wouldn't say he was going to win it, but I don't think the tire going down helped his cause out in the B feature tonight, or earlier today.
He definitely
Davenport is
didn't
just
need
on
any
another level.
cautions either.
No, I agree. He didn't need any cautions, but again, I don't know if Satterley, just how good Davenport is right now. I don't know if that would have been, that
And
would
you
have helped or hurt
figure
him. But
Davenport's been pretty damn good at Eldora. and Eldora's been pretty
Yeah.
goddamn good to him.
Yeah.
One name
I
that
think he's
kind of
probably the
didn't
favorite.
set the world on fire like we were almost all hoping he would be Overton. You know, just pure
Well,
dominance at Eldora last year, and then then again I didn't really get
getting
to
caught up
watch
in
all
a
day because I was at work, but he was ninth quick
getting
and
caught
hot
up in
laps.
a
I didn't see
heat
where he
race
was
lap
in
one
time
wreck.
trials. Yeah, but,
He didn't qualify terrible, but getting caught up in a lap one heat one wreck in his group, that's not ideal.
no.
So, but Overton did charge. He did make the B main. I'm not sure where he finished in a feature today. Actually, I can tell you. I probably can tell you here in just a second. Let's go to our friends on Dirt. I think McFadden's been doing some stuff for them. Anyway, other notable names: Ricky Weiss starts 5th, Dale McDowell 6th. There's a guy who could be interesting to watch tonight. Zach Dome starts 8th, Kyle Hammer 10th, Frank Chubb starts 12th, Colby Fry starts 15th,
Chubb
and
hasn't
yeah,
been
that's pretty
racing
much
a whole
it.
lot this year, has he?
Yeah. Well, $1 million will pull your ass out for anything.
That's true.
Let's be honest here.
You're not wrong.
No, so let's see here. Overton in the first. I think he was in the first feature. Or was he in the second feature? I think second feature. Second feature, because I'm not seeing him in the first one. I know he made. I'm pretty sure he made the feature. If he didn't make the feature, I'd be shocked. Let's see here. Davenport. There we are. Overton finished 13th in the second feature. So that. Listen, it's 101 laps tonight. There's a lot of time. A lot of stuff can happen.
I get that.
But I'm just blown away at 20 car heat races. I mean, my God, you're asking for a shit show.
And for $1 million on the line, I'd wreck you.
I'd wreck that son of a bitch for the $1 million. Absolutely. Whoever's leading, I would wreck that son of a bitch.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what does the actual purse look like? Is it super top heavy with the leader getting $1 million, and then 24th place getting like $1,500? I mean, yeah, $1,500 is a lot of money, but not compared to what you're spending to try and get in and qualify for a $1 million to win race.
Let's see here.
I have a pretty sinking feeling that it's a top heavy.
Wow, it actually made the Washington Post. Like I looked up to see if they had a payout on, but the first story came out from the Washington Post.
Here's your posted awards. The preliminary qualifying features it ran this morning. 12,000 to win, 1,000 to start. The purse for tonight will pay $1,002,022 to win, and it will pay $5,000 to start.
So $5,000 to start is like a normal feature win at a local Friday and Saturday night track. That's a good number.
So
yes.
You want to know?
Well, what's the difference between first and second?
$900,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's
$100,000 for second, $50,000 for third, $25,000 for fourth, $15,000 for fifth. So the top 5 are all making basically top line prize nationally money.
Yeah,
it's going to be insane.
And then that also leads into one of the richest late model races in the country, which is a dream race too. Somebody's going to walk out this weekend with a lot. This is the weekend to make money. If you make both, tonight's feature for the $1 million, and you make the dream, you're walking away with a lot of money. You're walking away with at least $10,000, I think.
I believe there was a bounty or a purse bonus or something put up that if you won both of them, they were going to make it $1.25 million.
Oof.
Yeah, but here's the thing: realistically, if you finish second in the million, and you win Saturday for the dream, you're looking at what, $238,000?
Yes. Yeah.
That's still not bad.
$228,000. Yeah. Now there
So,
was
yeah, it's
something
just
here. Okay, so here's the thing. I was looking for this earlier, or I was just reminded of it earlier. The winner will earn. I don't know if this is per lap or per mile, but
per
the
mile.
winner will earn $19,842 per mile. So that's per 2 laps at Eldora. So you're looking
Which is
about eight. You're
which is
looking about
higher
just
than
over
the Indy
about
500.
$9,000 a lap. You're
The
looking at
the
just a little bit, somewhere between $8,000 and $9,000 a lap.
the lap
Or
per
yeah, over $9,000
mile
a lap.
for tonight's
Yeah.
dirt race at Eldora is more than what Ericsson got for the Indy 500.
He got 6,200 per mile, and Ryan Blaney earned $5,333 per mile at the All-Star race.
Yeah, that's nuts to think about.
It is. This
But
is unfathomable money. I would love to
instead of
see
Heat,
somebody. I'd love to see somebody that is kind of a no name go out and win this. But let's be honest here. Your guys are probably gonna be Davenport. Shepard's gonna be up there. Overton's probably gonna make his way towards the front. Fergie's been looking good. I think Fergie's probably the lowest buck guy, and he's still a high buck guy. That is
the thing with Fergie though is over the last how many years he's dealt with tires going down with 5 to go while leading the dream, and like literally anything bad that could possibly happen to him happened.
Yeah, that's the nature of racing. But so I think his luck could have turned around so far this year with him winning the Show Me 100. That's a crown jewel that's escaped him for a while. So that could be a change of pace then.
It's a very nice change of pace. But let's get us to commercial. And when we come back,
yes,
we'll have Chase Stockon.
We'll have Chase Stockon. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching the Highside Hustle.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
1.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Bert Wojcik, Adam Rubright with you. And join us right now on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. It is USAC week coming up in Pennsylvania next week for the Eastern Storm. And one of those boys coming in from the Midwest is a good friend of Adam Rubright, great Chase Stockon, going to be joining us here on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel Hotline. Chase, welcome to the Highside Hustle, bud.
Yeah, thank you guys. Excited to be on a phone call with you, and definitely looking forward to Eastern Storm this year.
Hey, absolutely, man. I tell you what, it's definitely become a staple during the season here in Pennsylvania. I mean, obviously we're home of the wing 410s out here. Midwest is home of the wingless 410s, but it's always cool when they get the crossover and collide out here in Central PA, isn't it? The fans just seem to really get behind this week every year.
Yeah, absolutely. The prices of pretty much everything this day and age, we actually didn't know if it was going to come or not. And, the car owners and car chief, everybody, we all kind of got together this week and just kind of hashed it out, worked out the details, and we're actually coming east. So, pretty pumped about that. The East Coast swing's always really good to me. I have a lot of fun out there. There's a lot of great fans. The racing's always top notch. Like you said, the wing country, they seem to accept the non-wing racing pretty well. And, they're pretty passionate about it out there too.
The only thing you don't enjoy about the Eastern Storm is getting pulled over every year on the way to Grandview. Because I swear it seems every year you get pulled over.
Yeah,
no.
I guess you kind of roll the dice there, but, luckily they've been pretty nice to us so far. So, we try to make sure everything's, current and, working properly on the rig. So, yeah, they definitely throw a hitch in the plane. You don't want to be last minute getting anywhere out there, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. And, DOT, they're a bunch of assholes. Pennsylvania, PennDOT. Good job, guys. Anyway, so, we look into this week here, and you've always ran pretty well out here during the Eastern Storm here. And, it seems like, as you mentioned before there, the PA tracks, they seem to hit it that week. Granby last year I thought was probably the weakest, and that's one of the best races of the week. Now, Bridgeport, that's definitely a track that you're really, I think a lot of people enjoyed both, not only with our modifieds, but also with the 410s and, now the East Coast Series is out here. But, there's such a unique diversity of tracks, I think, that come to Pennsylvania that you don't really see too much on the USAC schedule throughout the entire year, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of looking at this year's schedule, I always miss going to Lincoln. That's one of the tracks I always enjoyed on the East Coast swing. But, Grandview always puts on a really, really good race. And, kind of looking at the schedule this year, it looks like we're on quite a few bigger racetracks. And, really back here at home, the only big one we have anymore, I guess we go to Eldora a couple times a year, but Terre Haute. Really, really, really enjoy Terre Haute, kind of grew up racing there. And Selins Grove that we go to is kind of similar, and the Speed Palace, of course. So definitely look forward to those two racetracks, and with the Silver Crown cars there this year at Port Royal, I think that's going to be a really good night as well.
I think that might be the best night of the week, honestly. But you have the bull rings essentially in Grandview and Bloomsburg, but I don't know if you can really classify Bloomsburg as a bull ring because it's. The corners are like a bull ring, but the straightaways are a bit longer. I don't know. It's almost kind of reminds me of like a tri-state.
Yeah. Personally, I think it kind of is more like a Putnamville kind of race is similar to that, but it's obviously a lot bigger. But, for PA, it kind of seems like a bull ring, but for us, it's fairly big, but it races small. That's for dang sure.
It does, and they did make some changes. They did make some changes to it going this year, especially in the corners. 1 and 2 seems to have that banking there. 3 and 4 is pretty flat, so it's definitely a unique racetrack for what we have today. So I'm really excited to see, because kind of like the full year anniversary, because last year you guys were the first cars on that track, and I'm kind of excited to see what you guys are going to do out there this year. But there's a lot to look forward to this week. You guys get back to the Grove. Always love Williams Grove, especially so unique seeing the wingless cars there, because there's nothing else like it. Nothing else like it. Winged or wingless, it's always kind of neat to see these things jack into the corners there.
Yeah, that's Williams Grove. We ran there, I guess, twice before that I can remember, and that place. Videos just don't do it justice. Even just watching wing sprint car go around there doesn't do it justice. You get on the racetrack there, and it races a lot different than it looks, and it's almost a little bit sketchy. I know people were pretty easy on equipment, I guess, sprint car side of things when we were there, but that place is exciting. It's definitely different, and for us, all the places that we've been over the last 10 years, it's definitely unique.
Now, I know in years past we've talked, about you kind of dipping your toes in the water when the World of Outlaws come in with the wing car. What's it going to take to get Chase Stockton in Pennsylvania in the Family 32 with a wing on top? Just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know if you call it a bucket list item, but it's definitely something I've always thought about doing and kind of had desire to do, just never our right opportunity. And with the KO Motorsports team, we've kind of branched out here and there and ran some outlaw stuff or wing stuff. We ran some IRA stuff before, MOA, and just kind of this year we wasn't really planning on running points for anything other than the MSCS series. So was actually maybe looking forward to getting over, kind of closer to your guys' way. Maybe not quite Pennsylvania, but over to Ohio. Hit up some of those slick tracks over there with wing and see what we could do there. And we've ran a couple other different places that with the wing cars, and it didn't really pan out real well. But we've had a lot of fun, and that's a whole different ball game for me. Over the years, I've not had too much experience with it, but it's definitely a nice change of pace every now and again whenever we get to do it.
Now, besides the wing on top of the car, what's the biggest difference that you had to make besides driving the wing car and the wingless car?
Just driving the car straight. That's kind of the wing car for an on-wing guy laying left feels really, really comfortable and almost feels like you can't do anything wrong. But the same token, you got to make speed by keeping the car straight. So it's kind of challenging there, just in the sense that it's not as easy as it looks, and I guess when you're on the racetrack, it's not as easy as it seems either, to some degree.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's always interesting to see the non-wing guys kind of try to put the wing on. Okay, then.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't me.
Some idiots decide to go, hey, let's go full bore up my road out here. So.
Yeah. But speaking of out in the country, I know out back of your place you got the little motocross track. What kind of got the kids into motocross? I mean, not to jump off track, but you're like full sending in with this moto dad life.
Yeah, I don't know. They've always liked dirt bikes, and my dad gave me my first quarter midget whenever I kind of got older and everything, and we kind of fixed it up, put a Harbor Freight engine and stuff on it for the boys to kind of ride around and just test it out. And they, we kind of make both of them really, actually, because they're 6 and 9 years old now, but they was a little bit younger when they tried it out. And they just really didn't have that much interest in it. They'd run circles for like 20 laps or so and then get out and they were done. They wanted to go swimming or play ball or, do something else. But when it comes to dirt bikes, they've always loved it. I've always watched Supercross and stuff like that and had interest in dirt bikes, but never had one growing up or nothing. So I really don't know where it came from, but like you said, we're full send on that deal, and they're let's see, the oldest one's on the 65 right now, so he's been running the 65 junior in an open class and kicking butt in both, and the youngest one's on a 50 and actually just went last week and bought him a new to him dirt bike, so he's been out ripping on that thing a little bit here and there, and really picking up a lot of speed. It's definitely one of those things that's different watching your kids race. I understand where my parents were coming from when I was growing up. So, you kind of get comfortable watching them, and then they gain a little bit more speed, and it makes you real uncomfortable again. So, it's definitely cool seeing them get into something that they really enjoy.
It's all fun and
Supercross
games
side of
until you
things.
let them have a 410.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
we've had that conversation many times about sprint cars and circle track cars and stuff, and you look at the first person that comes into mind is Sheldon Hodenshield. He grew up racing dirt bikes, and he turned out to be one hell of a wheelman in a sprint car.
Yeah. I mean,
I
look what
wonder.
he's doing this year. It's insane what he's doing this year, Sheldon. He's absolutely. I think that's the most mature I've seen Sheldon over the last couple of years, and who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a parent, I feel like maybe I would rather the kid with the roll cage over top of the car than just kind of be out in the open like that. But I mean, I get 6 of one half this year, or whatever the kid likes, I guess, right?
Yeah, see, I've taken some hard hits with the roll cage on me, so I don't know
True.
which is better. So, like you said, 6 for half a dozen.
I wonder if, like, the reaction times that you would get racing dirt bikes and stuff like that would help in the circle track stuff.
I would
Might be an
say
interesting
so.
question.
Yeah, I
That's a
would
good
say
question.
so. I ride dirt bikes with them a little bit too, and it seems like stuff happens a lot faster on those than what it does on four wheels.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's insane the reaction time. But hey, let's switch back over to the sprint car side of things because USAC has had absolutely no luck trying to get any races this year. I mean, it's been absolutely terrible weather-wise, and I mean, I'm sure I've saw you down with the Extreme Series so far, but not having much luck getting going this year. Midwest weather just sucks. It seems like right now, Chase, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's with diesel fuel prices again. It's kind of tough driving to some of these racetracks and getting rained out, but it's all part of the game. And but Mother Nature's a bitch. That's what they've always said, and we just try to plan ahead. And so that's actually right now. They got the midgets got rained out and everything. So we was kind of looking forward to watching some of them shows and talk about maybe heading to Putnamville. So I think with heading east so far, we'll just kind of forego that plan and get ready for that. That's a big trick coming up, and hopefully weather cooperates that week out there in PA because there's a lot of racetracks there on that list. We didn't race at Port Royal last year, and that's always one on my list to hit up every single year out there.
Oh, I remember you guys didn't race Port Royal last year. I kept getting Snapchats from you and Adam blasting music in Port Royal pits there.
USAC
Boys.
officials walking around, Chase is playing Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
That's right. That's what that was.
Yeah. Like, I think you just set out to play the most obnoxious shit that entire time. Like, as soon as it started raining, because it was a beautiful morning, we knew rain was coming in. USAC officials are just walking around everywhere, and there's just you. Hold on, wait a second, I got this. Next thing you know, through all the speakers of the trailer, the raindrops are falling on my head. The USAC I think it was Spridge actually looked over at us and just shakes his head.
Sometimes you just have to be that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta be that guy. You gotta have fun with this because it is a grueling schedule. The tour, the traveling, even when it's local stuff. You gotta have fun. There's no reason to be a hard at any of this. You gotta if you go out be lighthearted like that, go have some fun. It's a little bit better at least.
That's right.
But it seems like you guys have been finding a little bit of speed in that old 5S as of recently. So kind of walk us through what's been going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. We started out the year pretty good down in Florida, and then just kind of, I guess, got off balance and struggled a little bit with one of the engines we had in the cars. So we took it back out, and really just kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say hit stride since then, but been pretty damn solid. So, we went to Putnamville here. I guess it had been, I don't know, last week or 2 weeks ago now, and that's one of the places I'm either on or off. And there's like 50 cars there that night. We ended up got up to fifth in the main. It was slicker and snot down on one end, rough in the other, and kind of stuff we've been not so stellar at here lately, and really got a handle on things that night, and then just kind of transferred that program into Hobstadt and have been pretty good since then. So, I think that was a part of the decision to continue head east and everything, and try our hand at some of them racetracks out there that we kind of would have necessarily been struggling on, I guess, here in kind of the middle or early part of this year.
Now, what's the rest of the schedule look like for you after the Eastern Storm? Are we sticking with USAC? Are we going to hit up some Extreme Series races? Are we going to do some kind of like just weekly stuff? What's it look like after we get back from Eastern Storm?
Yeah, I think I hadn't really looked into it too far, but I think we're going to stick with USAC for now, and then MSCS, and just kind of stay close to home and just kind of have fun, with the boys racing dirt bikes, and just kind of, hitting the places that we really enjoy to go, and where the guys can be home, on the weekend or at least on Sunday, and just have a good time making circles.
But
No doubt.
I know we've had this conversation before. I think I might have told Bert about it, but as everybody knows, you were at one point the USAC Ironman. I guess you can still technically consider yourself that, even though you lost the streak, but you have the most races that you qualified for, and I don't think anyone's going to touch that for quite a while. But when you said to me that it was kind of like a relief that it was over, I didn't know what to say to that. And then you kind of broke it down, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad it's over.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily, like we talked about before, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a burden, but just, it kind of became a thing where it was brought up every single night, and, just kind of got to be where it wasn't so fun. And, now if, like, say when USAC goes to one of my least favorite racetracks or whatever, I don't have to go. I can just go, decide to go out and have beers with with the wife and friends and just have a good time, or we can go dirt bike racing, or hell, just, sit around, watch a movie or something. I don't know, just be normal, I guess, for a day. So, because that's that with the Ironman streak, I kind of dedicated the last 10 years of my life to it, and as well as my wife's, and she's been there for a lot of it, and had to help raise kids during that whole entire time. So, just kind of, I guess, along that same note, just to be able to kind of have a little bit of freedom and just relax is kind of relieving.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be such a weight off your shoulders to be able to do what you want now instead of being committed to that. 'Cause it definitely could burn you out, and I'm sure you probably felt very burned out at the end of that. But it just loyalty you guys have towards a series like USAC, and USAC itself. I had this question at the start here. We weren't sure what you were going to do at the start of the year. Obviously you lost KTJ, you lost Sunshine, you lost Wyndham. But I feel like this is a rebirth of USAC right now. I think that, we're seeing a lot of the younger kids come up here. It's given more guys the opportunity to go out there and make a name for themselves. Have a couple guys just dominating every night here. What's the state of USAC right now in your mind as we look forward here now with the Extreme Series coming on?
I think they've got a lot of momentum. That they, with the whole tire deal, with the Extreme Outlaw deal, they just kind of threw us under the bus as well as Grant, and knowing there was a problem, I feel like, and the USAC deal, they took a lot of heat from it as well, from Florida, and they went done their homework. That's kind of what you expect a sanctioning body to do, and I guess that we look for that in every single rule that they do, not just tires. Whether it be engines and ignition systems and stuff that people, it seems like they're trying this day and age. And but what, the guys that run the organization are pretty cool. They're pretty cut and dry as far as everything goes. At the racetrack, and they make it a joy to be there. So they always feel welcome. You always feel welcome racing with them, and can joke around, have a good time, and they're always there to lend a hand whenever you need it.
Definitely. And so, as everyone I'm sure knows at this point, but you've been running as a teammate with McDougal. What's that been like? Because I know, two different kind of backgrounds in a way. He's the smaller track stuff and the smaller cars, and now he's kind of doing his own thing in these big cars, and he's doing pretty goddamn good at it, if I must say. But what's it like, kind of been like bouncing ideas off of him and so on and so forth?
Yeah, he's pretty fun to be around, and as you can see by social media and stuff. But no, he's always there if you have a question, or if he has a question. We communicate really well with each other and get along really well on and off the racetrack. And that's what having teammates is kind of difficult sometimes, just because you don't want to touch wheels with anybody or nothing like that. But him and I race really respectfully with each other, and we get done racing, later that night, it's fun to have a beer and, play music, talk, and, just have an all around good time.
Yeah, he seems like a really good guy. We had him on the show here last year, and it was a bowl, especially you see the shenanigans they pull at the Chili Bowl, and it just seems like the kid's got a lot of talent. He's gonna be a stud going up there the next couple of years. He's one of those faces of USAC that are really gonna be looking forward here over the next couple of years, isn't he?
Yeah, I'd say so. Not just behind the wheel, but he's a really knowledgeable person and has a very good understanding how things work, on the race car, and kind of, I guess that goes with his background, but it seems like he really paid attention over the years and is definitely a very good asset.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, I have one more question I want to ask you. It involves your nameplate on top of the. How many times did it take for someone to call you Stockton before you got pissed off and finally put the circle with the stripe through the T on the nameplate there? I had to ask this question.
Oh, it still happens on a day-to-day basis. We actually, my car owner's wife takes care of all our merchandise stuff, and because this really actually just comes to mind because you brought that up.
Oh no.
We I guess we're getting die-cast cars, and the slash through the T is actually even on the car, and the company that's producing them on all their ads and stuff, they misspelled my name on that too. So I'm
no.
What does it take for people to get the drift and spell the name right?
Oh my god!
I think it's just gonna have to come to the point where you're gonna have to design all of your own die casts.
Really?
Yeah, or just change my name legally. I don't know which would be easier at this point.
Listen, before we came on here, literally, I was so worried about calling you Stockton today, and I had to go back and make sure it was Stockon, not Stockton. Because I'm like, oh my, I don't need this guy coming in here and give me a punch in the face or something like that before, when he's in here at Eastern Storm at Grandview.
I mean,
no, I'm used to it by now.
He's been friends with Moser, and Moser does it at least once a year.
Moser's an idiot, so. Well, Moser's an idiot, so we all know that.
Yeah. But on the brighter side, I can't wait for when you get here next week for me to say, "Boy, you're a long way from home," to return the favor after the last couple of times I saw you out west.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god!
Yep, can't wait till we get there. That's for damn sure.
Bert, like, no word of a lie. It's like the inside joke. A couple years ago, I saw him at Eldora for 4 Crown. Boy, you're a long way from home. The next year was the year we went out for, was it the Holman? And then also,
it was like the Bird or something like that.
No, it was Terre Haute for, I think it was the Holman, because we went there on Wednesday, and Thursday was the final race at the mile. Gigantic air quotes on that one. Yep. And I'm walking through the pits, and I think I kind of caught you off guard. He's like, "Wow, you're really far away from home this year."
Yeah.
Well, now it's Chase's turn to return the favor and come to our porch here. Well, Chase, we can't wait to see you come up here next week here for the Eastern Storm. Here, before we let you go, who do you got to thank for that beautiful 5G car, or 5S car? Because I can't wait to see that thing on the diecast. I'm going to have to get one because it's one of my favorite cars. I think right now, it's just the green, the yellow, the white, the Jones absolutely pop. Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, definitely. Gotta give a shout out to KBC Graphics. They're the ones that make everything look as beautiful as they do, and I'm a graphic designer in my spare time as well, and whenever we put that deal together with KO Motorsports and Hudson, Superior, and all that they asked if I wanted to design the cars, and I said, hell no. I said, KBC does a damn good job doing what they do, so just keep on keeping on with that, and I think over the last couple of years, I've not really thrown out much suggestion. Last year, I told them I said I wanted some ghosted camo, so they put that in the graphics. And then this year, I just told them I said I want fluorescent yellow on the car. I got to have that. So they made it happen and made it look damn good.
The staple of Chase.
Yes.
That's right.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. A couple years ago, when you like threw out that red and white car, I'm like, wait. Something. This doesn't look right. And then the following year, you kind of did the same thing, but added in the fluorescent yellow. I'm like, all right, there we go. We're back to normal.
Yeah. Gotta have the yellow.
You gotta have the yellow. It's a staple of you, and we're looking forward to see you next week, bud. And we can't wait to talk shenanigans with you. And I'm really hoping we get to do a post race with you one night here and talk to you on the front stretch here, because it'd be awesome to see you guys get the win out there. We'd be excited. We'd be excited, and we can't wait for y'all to come in and put a show on next week, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on, and can't wait to get out there and get racing.
Awesome.
We'll make sure
Thanks
we
a lot,
have
Chase.
Bud
We
Light.
appreciate it. Yes, we will
All
have Bud
right,
Light for
thank you, fellas.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey, dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. Bert Wojcik, Adam Rude, right back with you here, and we are just finished up our interview with Chase Stockon. Great interview. Adam, thanks for getting. I'm glad you guys have a good friendship with that, so that way we can go and do shenanigans like this and cause good times like this. Can't wait to see Chase when he comes in next week for the Eastern Storm as well.
And it's cool when you have things like that because it's not really an interview. It's just basically three dudes talking.
Yeah, that's literally the best thing about all of it.
Yeah.
Is that it's just three dudes talking, and you can't get away with it. Like, you can't have that much fun anywhere else than like right here on Highside Hustle. So, all right, let's get into it. Cars are on the track but we got a little bit of business to take care of next week, because the reason we had Chase on this program was because starting on Tuesday night, we go topless, baby. USAC Eastern Storm is in Pennsylvania. One of the best weeks of the year. Last year we were spoiled with 2 Eastern Storms. Unfortunately, this year we only get one of them, so I wish we would have had the second one. There's so many good tracks that could have been showcased on 2 Eastern Storms, but it is what it is, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully they bring back a second Eastern Storm again down the road, but, beggars can't be choosers. We'll be thankful for one, but we all kick it off next Tuesday night with which is always a race of the year candidate at the Grandview Speedway next Tuesday night. Then we head up to Bridgeport on Wednesday night. Thursday night, which was a race of the year candidate here at Seal. I think Wade Sealand's going to be racing this year. There's a good chance of that happening again. Friday night, make their return to Williams Grove. Saturday, up to Port Royal with the Big Booty Judies, the Silver Crown cars. And we have twice with the 410s this year. It's Thursday night at Sealand's Grove. and Saturday night at Port Royal. So best of both worlds on 2 nights. 3-division show at Port Royal on Saturday night, which that's kind of the good thing about URC getting canceled at New Eden, so that we can go see this race now. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you can. I
then,
can't. I got family things to attend to.
Oh, that's right, you do. Damn it. Well, oops.
But it's okay. I need you to do something for me right quick.
What do you need?
Okay, so you see my arm? Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
Other way. See my arm? I need you to
Yeah.
twist it just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll go to
go.
Bridgeport.
Okay. All right. Bridge next Wednesday night. Oh, yeah. You're making your debut at Bridgeport Wednesday night then.
Yep. I've never been there, and that's going to change next Wednesday.
Cannot wait. It looks like a great week as well. And then Sunday, Father's Day up at Bloomsburg. 1 year since Bloomsburg opened, which is a 1 year anniversary race. So, what are we looking for next week, Pig? I think some really, really good racing next week is always with the USAC boys. And I think if racing stays away, it's been the last all year around here in the area. I think we're in store for a hell of a week.
I do too. USAC has randomly been one of my favorite weeks of the year, to the point where I used to take off an entire week of work just for USAC. Like, that was my vacation. And as of today at about 10 a.m., that paperwork has been submitted. So looks like we're going to be off all week for USAC, buddy.
We're back at it, baby. We are back at it. Can't wait. Looking forward to USAC. Grant's going to be a threat. Bacon's always a good threat. Wyndham or Sunshine, who's been, kind of the guys to look forward to the last couple of years on the USAC side of things. But I think there's a lot of good names coming up here. I think that I think Buddy Copeland's coming in here. Emerson Axum,
Yeah, I was just going to say that I'm really excited to see Emerson in a full-size car. We've seen what he can do in the midgets. We've seen what he can do on TV, through Third Vision and Flow, on what he can do in the full-size non-wing car. But I think a lot different to see him do it in person. I don't know, man. I think it's just going to be a fun week overall. A lot of us, myself included, have made friends with a lot of these guys. They come out here every year, so it's kind of like that once a year, catch up, how's everything going, that whole deal. So yeah, it'll be a fun week regardless on who wins or what kind of racing we see. I mean, there's 3 things. Well, one thing that's for certain: Baloo's going to talk shit about track prep, and then when he wins, that's going to go completely out the window. But that's what makes him him. He's one of those personalities in motorsports that if we didn't have him, it would be boring as shit.
That was the best interview last year at Bridgeport when he shit talking not only Doug Rose, but then he went and shit talked Team Eds too. It was, oh my god, that was fun. I
wait till Thursday at Selinsgrove with how dusty it's been up there. It's been great racing. It's been fantastic racing.
Which can we hit on that before we we'll go back to USAC here in a second, but can we talk about Mark Smith from 14th on Saturday night in the Kramer Cup? Just a little bit.
Yeah, that was impressive. He was out for a Sunday drive.
Saturday night drive for a Pink Cup. What a freaking run from him. Once he got out front there, it was kind of, he was gone. Like, it didn't take him long to get to the front. Because literally, I turned around and I'm like, oh my god, where did Mark Smith come from? Like, he was nowhere on my radar.
I didn't even know he took the lead, honestly.
Yeah.
Until we had that caution with 1 to go. I'm like, wait, when did Mark get the lead?
He took it around Andy Best, I think, at about right around the halfway point. He took the lead.
Yeah.
And it was on from there. I mean, he was gone. And Derek Locke, he looked decent too. But my God, Mark Smith is a different animal in the 360s. But so my question for you is this, which by the way, speaking of 360s, Preston Latimus, picking up his first career USAC East Coast win on Saturday night down at Lincoln. With that being said, do one of the East Coast boys get a win this week?
Man, I don't know. I mean, if it was years past and you had the Sunshines and the Wyndhams and the KTJs kind of, leading the pack there.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, in the same aspect, Chase has been coming into his own in this 5S car. I think they finally got that thing figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Ballou appears to be back after a couple years with some bad luck and some health problems with his broken arm and all that stuff. He appears to be back to, the championship form that he was in a couple years ago. And then these young up and coming kids that are a lot of fun to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if Emerson steals a win one of these nights. I don't know, man. I think it's really just going to be a crapshoot and who's up front the longest. But it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility that Briggs or Alex can pick off a win because, I mean, and let's be honest, I'm not discrediting anybody else that runs USAC East Coast, but I think they're the only two that have a 410. Everybody else is on the 360s. So
I believe
Vicky.
also Rock Me Amadeus. Joey Amante
No,
has
broke his wrist last
410.
night at Kutztown.
Did
He's
he?
out for Eastern Storm. Yes, broke his
That
wrist.
sucks.
It does suck.
So,
Not a good week for Joey.
So really, you're looking at this point two guys that can go out and compete.
Trubicki got a 410, I think. I think Trubicki's got a 410.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know. He hasn't looked himself though last year or
No.
So
No, not really since Alex and Bruce have kind of taken over the series. Trubicki's not really been that dominant that we saw the first year of East Coast.
Yeah, that's. I mean, not discrediting him by any means. It's just one of those things where it's, the cream always rises to the top, baby. I don't know.
So,
it's
if we look back at the years past, where you had KTJ, you had Sunshine, you had Wyndham, you had Ballou, you had T-Miz come in. Those guys are always your guys, have always gone out and got the win. We really haven't had, and Bacon too. Those six guys there have always been the guys that you have getting your wins on the East, or when the Storm comes in. With that being said, Bacon, Ballou, let's see here, Stockon. We'll throw him in there now, even though he doesn't have a win out here. Russ, always good to see you, buddy, up at Sealands Grove. I feel a year that one of the East Coast guys can pick up a win, just because I'm not saying that the USAC field is kind of eased off. I mean, there's a lot of good young talent there, as we talked to KTJ back at the beginning of the year, but I feel like too is that you don't have those big names, the guys that have gotten around PA very well, in the lineup here outside of Bacon. So I think that we may see.
I can tell you right now, Brady Bacon will probably win Tuesday at Grandview.
Yeah, that's in Bacon's house.
He owns that place in a wingless 410.
If it wasn't for the way the track was last year, he probably would have won last year.
Exactly.
That's how Grant won that thing from the front row.
I could see Ballou winning Bridgeport. Sealands Grove might be Briggs's best chance at it. He runs very well at Sealands Grove. He ran very well at Sealands Grove last year until he tagged the wall there and had I think it was a right rear tire go down. When he was in that dogfight with Wyndham and Ballou.
Mm-hmm.
Friday at Williams Grove, maybe if you get a tricky Williams Grove track and he qualifies good and puts himself in a good position through the heat race, maybe again Friday night Briggs could steal one, or Alex for that matter. They're very capable of winning every race, but I think those two might be their best shot. Port Royal, man, with how Chase has been running, and I'm not just saying that because he's one of my close friends.
Right.
With how well he runs those big, wide, fast half miles. I mean, for Christ's sake, Tri-State. I mean, yeah, Tri-State's not the biggest track, but Chase's most successful track by any means is Terre Haute, which you take away the banking of Port Royal, and it's might as well be a carbon copy of Terre Haute. So that's one I think Chase could very easily win going away. And Sunday, man, I mean, Sunday could be a barn burner. It's one of those tracks. Yeah, they have notes on it from last year, but in the same kind of aspect there, it was an excellent race last year. I mean, it could really come down to anyone. I mean, we've seen what Grant can do. If KTJ was there, you definitely couldn't count him out. He seemed to really fall in love with that place. There's just the possibilities are endless when it comes to who can win at Bloomsburg. It's just a matter of who's at the right place at the right time and makes the right moves at Bloomsburg. Because that seems to be the trend there. You have the big long straightaways and real tight little corners. So,
we saw that from Borrego last night.
Before you forget here, gentlemen, double feature at Port Royal. The Fat Bottom Girls of the USAC National Tours will be there. The Silver Crown cars.
It's a triple header, Chris, because you got the 410s with them as well.
Yes. And, a double feature of National Tours.
Okay, fair enough. There.
Cody Swanson,
by the way,
will be driving.
I wonder if he will be in the Dyson 20 car like he was Friday night at the Grove. If we in the Michael Dyson car and pull double duty that night. Very interesting to see if he does that. It is. But Grove was fantastic last Friday night, I thought if they get that surface that they got on Friday night for next Friday with the Eastern Storm, the Grove is going to be a hell of a race. It is. I thought both the features for the Grove were fantastic last Friday night. Chris, any words from you on the Eastern Storm? Like kind of what Adam did there. Kind of give his preview of that before I give mine.
I'm really looking forward to it. The week itself is a grind, especially if weather cooperates. It's a lot of crisscrossing the state, more so even than Indiana Sprint Week is. So this is one of the tougher tests that these teams will have all season, and predicting the late week races is really difficult only because you have to rely on certain people being around and not having issues early in the week.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because all it really takes is one issue, and your week is done.
You get done,
especially for those guys and how far it is.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I like your pick on Tuesday Night Bacon, just because how he's owned Grandview the last couple of years, and like I said, outside of last year, I think it would have been Grant if the track wasn't the way it was. I think you'll get back to their natural Grandview habitat coming up on Tuesday night up there. I think Kenny and them will get the track, and Brad will get the track perfect for that. I'm going to say on Wednesday night, I think you went blue. That's the night Briggs gets it. I think if Briggs' best chance is probably going to be those three races there. I think the Grove or Bridgeport, Selinsgrove, Williamsgrove are your three best chances for one of our local boys to get it. And I feel like Briggs has been better than Alex so far this year, but I'm not counting out Alex Bright at all this year. I feel like Briggs has been the better car, but if anyone's going to get him, I think it's going to be one of those 3 nights, or Bright might get him in Port Royal. Because I think Port Royal probably is going to be the biggest wide open race we have. Because the last couple of years of the series being up there, it's either been Baloo. Well, Baloo's dominated that race until he wrecked. I believe that was 2019. Yeah, 2019. The Baloo wrecked. Then Sunshine won that race, and then Wyndham won 2 in a row before that. Up there at Port Royal. Bloomsburg, I think that's another race where I think the local boys have a little more of an advantage just because they've seen the track more this year. And that's I think we'll go Alex with that one there too. I feel like that the East Coast boys have a good chance, but I think that, so I'll go Wednesday night Briggs at Bridgeport. Thursday night at Selinsgrove, I'll go with Grant at Selinsgrove. Friday night at the Grove. I said Briggs gets the second one. I'll go with Emerson Axum at Port, or Bright. Yeah, Emerson Axum at Port, and then I'll go Bright at Bloomsburg. So I like I said, it's such a wide open week this week, and it's such a grind, as Chris said. It's a massive grind, and I love it.
Wait a minute. Does this mean we're gonna see producer Chris out of his house and at a racetrack somewhere?
There is
nice.
a possibility. Excuse me.
First time he's left the basement in a couple of years. Feels like.
Fancy that.
Yeah, it depends on what the rest of the broadcast schedule looks like, but yes, that's the plan anyway.
All right. Sweet deal. Hey, anyway, all right, Dream. What do we got? Or not the Dream. Oh, yeah, the Dream, and who's taking home $1 million tonight? Who's coming a millionaire? Before we wrap this up.
Ooh. My heart says Fergie, but my mind tells me Davenport takes home $1 million tonight.
That's exactly where I'm leaving.
The Dream, I think Overton wins it.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Shit together for the Dream. I like that. I got to go with you. My heart says Fergie. But my head says Davenport. You can't go against Superman at Eldora unless nobody take care of his tires better than Davenport. Nobody knows how to do it better than 100 lap feature in Davenport. But Shepard might get involved in that there as well. It can't count. There's a lot of questions to be had, but there's going to be, I think we're in for a good show for $1 million tonight. Overton for the Dream. I like that one. Dark Horse for that one. I'll go with Johnny. I'll go with Stormy Scott. Stormy Scott for a Dark Horse of the Dream. Or Satterley. Satterley or Scott for a Dark Horse. I mean, he's been running good Eldora. He's been running very good Eldora. Picked up a prelim night there last year. Obviously he probably would have, without for the caution, or if it wasn't for the tire going down, probably would have had a good chance of winning today's his prelim today. So
yeah,
Satterley's good at Eldora. And he's not in a bad spot either in his heat to make it in.
And they're taking the top 3?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't really look at that. So.
Boys, I have Weiss. He's second quick in hot laps thus far. However, that's 0.2 slower than Overton.
So Overton found his speed for the second half of the day when the money's on the line.
Overton has 0.2 on every other car at the racetrack. Insane.
Yeah.
And where is Overton starting at? Hold on, let me see here. Overton will be starting at heat number 6. No. So Ricky Weiss starts 5th in the 6th heat. Overton will be starting 8th in heat number 3. So it's doable. If he gets on the front, it's doable. But he's got to pass Bobby Pierce, T-Mac, Johnny Scott, Ferguson, Ryan Gusson, who's been a very, very good racer the last couple of weeks. In the World Outlaw Tour. He's been hot. So,
but realistically, though, for Overton, he has to get to about, I'm gonna say, 5th or 4th, so that way he's not buried in a B main.
Right.
Realistically,
yes. And let me see here. Are they gonna say here? So Mike Marlar drew the 0 on the inversion. So there was no inverts. Had to have a nice, at least a decent points day then.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't say how many they're taking here. One lap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't quite say in. Yeah, doesn't look. Yeah, they don't have it on dirt. Oh, top 3. Yeah, 15 laps, 3 transfer. So, a little bit of work to do.
Yeah,
But,
that'll be fun.
all right. Anything else?
These are going to be some interesting heat races.
15,
But I got nothing
15
else.
laps. 15 laps with 21 cars in it. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Chris, what's coming up on the National Racing Network?
Pretty quiet weekend this weekend after our shenanigans last weekend with the guys out in California, which was a total
how'd that
blast. It was interesting. Trying to call a race with no view of the racetrack was something.
Okay.
Yeah, everything was basically onboard cameras.
Oh.
You might have to join me in the booth sometime for that, Bert.
I
Anyway,
absolutely will.
Coming up next week, we're back to the normal weekly schedule here. Monday night with the Fuel Premier Series, Tuesday night the TNT Series, Wednesday the Sim Racers Club, and then maybe we'll have you knuckleheads back on Thursday night.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something from Seals Grove next Thursday.
Possibly. That could be fun.
It could be fun or it could be really bad. Who knows? Either way, it'll be fun. So, all right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for the this edition of Highside Hustle. Once again, thanks to all of our great sponsors, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, for Stockton on the hotline tonight. Can't wait to see Chase next week when they come in for the USAC East Storm with the USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series. Of course, 34 Motorsports with 34 Motorsports sticker you saw down below here tonight. Alan Gray's Hot Shoe Raceway with this beautiful flag we have behind me here. Fantastic job. Go check out Alan Grace as well. Always fantastic stuff. And let's go topless. Let's go topless this week, boys. It's going to be great to see the wings off. It's going to be great to see all the USAC boys come in here next week for a fantastic week of racing. So we'll let you know what's going on. Of course, you can expect interviews all next week, USAC boys, and maybe we'll do a couple of different things throughout the week here if we can get it to happen. So for everyone here at the National Racing Network, our executive producer, Chris Graham, big, sexy Adam Rubright, my name is Bert Wojcik, folks. Keep on hustling. We will see you all either next week or we'll see you all in 2 weeks for the next edition of the Highside Hustle. Enjoy the races.